Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're jumping right into one of the biggest, most massive, yet totally avoidable financial traps that entrepreneurs fall into when starting a manufacturing business. I'm talking about the deadly mistake of building a factory, buying all the heavy machinery, and hiring workers long before you've actually found a single paying customer.
Just imagine this for a second. You've spent lakhs, maybe even crores, on top-of-the-line machinery. You've got this beautiful infrastructure set up. You're sitting in a dead quiet room, completely surrounded by gorgeous luxury leather bags and premium wallets. But then, it hits you. This terrifying question pops into your head. Wait, who exactly am I going to sell all this to? And by the time you ask that, well, the rent is already due, salaries are piling up, and the sheer panic just sets in.
So here's our quick roadmap for today. 1. The deadly mistake. 2. Why craftsmanship is not enough. 3. Identifying your ideal buyers. 4. Locating those target buyers. 5. Building a 50-lead database. And 6. Crafting the perfect pitch. All right, let's get right into it. Section 1. The deadly mistake. Machinery before customers. Seriously, stop right there. You absolutely have to flip the script on this. The absolute smartest manufacturers out there, they secure their high-paying buyers before they invest a single rupee in factory space or equipment. Think about it. If you don't know exactly what your buyers want, you're literally just playing a guessing game with your capital.
Moving on to Section 2. Craftsmanship is not enough. The Bengal cautionary tale. So Bengal is home to some of India's absolute finest karigars. These are master craftsmen doing incredible pattern making and flawless edge painting. But despite all that immense talent, a lot of factories there are really struggling. Why is that? Well, it boils down to an old-school management mindset. They're heavily relying on manual planning, word-of-mouth communication, and honestly, low wages. And that is a huge clash with what global brands are actually demanding today. Buyers want digital tracking, lean production, and rock-solid compliance systems. At the end of the day, craftsmanship alone just isn't enough anymore.
When you look at Bengal next to modern manufacturing hubs like Tamil Nadu or Vietnam, it is a night and day difference. Global buyers care about reliability above almost anything else. They're actively shifting their business to regions that use hardcore efficiency systems. We're talking about line balancing to smooth out production bottlenecks and 6S workplace organization to keep those factory floors impeccably clean and standardized. Without these modern workflows, and frankly without better wages to actually keep your top talent, even world-class craftsmanship will not keep a factory profitable.
Okay, Section 3. Identify your ideal buyers. 5 target categories.
The real key here is understanding the sheer diversity of your options. You really shouldn't be out there trying to sell to absolutely everyone. Instead, you've got to narrow it down and target just 1 or 2 of these distinct buyer types. Keep your big picture strategy in mind here. Like, if you go after independent retailers and private label buyers, you're generally going to see much higher profit margins. On the flip side, if your goal is just moving massive volume and you don't mind slightly lower margins, then importers and wholesalers are definitely your go-to.
Which brings us to Section 4. Locating target buyers. Where are they actually hiding?
The good news is you can systematically track these buyers down right from your laptop. LinkedIn, for starters, is a total B2B goldmine. But here's the trick. Don't just search for companies. Search for precise job titles like head of sourcing or leather goods buyer. You can also dig through the exhibitor and attendee directories for major international trade fairs. Think APLF or MIPL over in Italy. Mix that with some highly optimized profiles on B2B directories like IndiaMart and Alibaba, plus the lists you can get from your local export promotion councils, and boom, you suddenly got a massive pool of prospects. Now for the most important part, Section 5. Build a 50-lead database, the absolute lifeblood of your business. Let me be crystal clear. Please do not rely on your memory or some messy notebook for this. You need to open a spreadsheet right now and set up these exact 5 columns. You want a highly organized pipeline. Grab the company name, the specific key contact person you found over on LinkedIn, their direct email and phone number, their region, and, this is absolutely critical, their product category. You have to write down whether this buyer specializes in, say, ultra-minimalist luxury wallets or heavy-duty canvas travel bags, because you're going to need that info to tailor your pitch later. So, here is your mandate. Your mission is to fill out that exact spreadsheet with at least 50 targeted, super high-quality leads. Honestly, you need to treat this database like it's the most valuable asset you own, because it basically is. You absolutely must hit that magic number of 50 solid leads before you even think about signing a lease or buying a single piece of machinery. This right here is exactly how you de-risk your entire business from day one.
Let's wrap this up with Section 6, crafting the perfect pitch, securing the reply.
Okay, just think about this kind of message. This is a literal masterclass in exactly what you should never, ever do. Firing off some spammy generic text like, "Sir, we make leather bags, please give order," is basically a one-way ticket straight to their trash folder. You have to project utter, undeniable professionalism.
Instead, you're going to craft a highly professional pitch built around 4 key pillars. First, show off your expertise by hiring a master artisan to create a few world-class prototypes. Second, highlight your capacity by talking about your scalable network of craftsmen. Third, detail your quality assurance, things like your hyper-precise stitching standards. And fourth, you have to talk about compliance. International buyers care deeply, like really deeply, about ethical, fair wages, and sustainable sourcing. Communicating those 4 pillars right off the bat builds immediate trust. And keep this in mind. Your goal with this initial pitch is not to magically secure a 10,000-unit order on day 1. That's just completely unrealistic. Your actual goal is incredibly simple. Just get a reply. Get them to agree to let you send over a physical sample. Once they're actually holding your world-class, beautifully crafted sample in their own 2 hands, that's when the big factory orders naturally follow.
Ultimately, by following this structured path and securing those buyers first, you completely eliminate that terrifying, stressful, empty factory scenario we talked about earlier. You suddenly have the financial confidence to actually set up your facility. You'll know exactly what machinery to buy because you already know exactly what the market is asking for. It's all about scaling safely and smartly.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to ponder today. Now that you understand exactly why modern systems are so critical, and you've got the exact blueprint to go out and secure those 50 initial leads, what specific product are you actually going to make to maximize your factory success? Which specific leather items are yielding the absolute highest profit margins globally right now? Something to think about. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.